Hello, everyone. This is James Pelton. I hope that you are having a great Tuesday. So, for those of us in the U.S., we had a holiday yesterday, Labor Day, which ironically, you don't labor on Labor Day. You get the day off, which it doesn't really make a lot of sense. But hopefully, you had a good holiday if you're in the States. I know I do have a lot of people who don't watch from the U.S., so I have to remember. Us Americans, we're like, America's the only country in the world, but that's not true. A lot of you probably worked yesterday. So, but we're excited. I'm excited today. So this is Playable Games. And the last AMA I did was, I think it was exactly a year ago today. So I'm excited to just catch up, see how things have been going through the bear market, see how things have been going. So very excited for this one here today. What I need from you in the audience, please hit the like button as we're getting started here. And I want to question of the day. What is your favorite computer game of all time? Okay. What's your favorite computer game experience that you've had? For me, I'll have to say the original StarCraft is probably my number one game, the most fun I had ever playing a game. Maybe Roller Coaster Tycoon when I was really young. But I've loved computer games, so excited to talk through this one. So let's start with introductions. Again, we'll assume some of the people don't remember our AMA from a year ago. So maybe let's start with introductions before we jump into Playable Games.
I'm the old bull. So Jonathan Bozenkay is my real name in the real life thing that we do. And I run a company called Playable Games. I'm one of the 4 founders. My wife and 2 sons are also involved. And yeah, we're using crypto to fund game developers. That's what we do.
Okay, very cool. I love it. Yeah, and we got Funny Turo in the house. He says his favorite game, Call of Duty. And I might, that's definitely in my top 5. So we got Sam. Good to see you all. Thank you. I'm glad you could make it here today. So you kind of summed up Playable Games. You're using crypto to fund games. Do you want to talk just a little bit more about how this company came to be? Why you decided to do it this way? Why use crypto to fund games? And talk a little bit about what Playable Games is setting out to be.
Okay, well, I suppose the first part of the story was I was working as a marketing guy. My background's marketing. I've got a master's degree in marketing. And I was working for a gaming company in Australia. They're just a small game studio and they wanted some marketing done. So I had a little contract with them. And basically, they were short of funds like most game developers. And my sons and I had been looking for an investment for them. And I'd come across Gala Games in the searches. And after a fair bit of research, we decided that the node back then was 6,700, I think, was the price they paid. And so we did all the research and worked out how long the ROI would be and, et cetera, et cetera. And basically we thought, well, they had this money. I told them it's crypto, you could lose it all, but, what do you think? And they didn't, in Australia, banking was like a bank could pay like 1% per annum. It was just terrible, like no return at all. You can't get ahead doing that sort of stuff. Oh, look at that guy. Wow.
Yeah, who's that guy, man?
Who's that guy? So I approached, anyway, they bought a node and we got involved with Gala that way. But by getting involved with Gala, I realized Gala was looking for games. And so I said to this gaming company, look, would you like me to reach out to Gala and I'll see if I can raise you some funds to finish your game, because they were broke like every other game developer I've met. And they said, sure. So I reached out to Gala, met a couple of the senior people at Gala, and this was obviously nearly 2 years ago. And it was a good experience. We raised $1 million and they built the game, and it was like, but that started my cogs turning. And I was thinking, man, this is a pretty good idea. If there's people out there willing to back gaming companies, and I'm a gamer, so it's a joke in our family that we've made money out of gaming. It's just like hilarious, because you can imagine what all the comments were before we made money out of gaming. All the comments were, we've actually got on our website. If you go back to our website, the very first question or second question there is, has your mum ever said, It's the next one down. Yeah, if you'd only get paid for playing games, you'd be a millionaire. That's what like my wife said, and like my mum, and because I was a gamer. I used to put in a good couple of hours a day gaming. So yeah, it's so yeah, so we got into NFTs, and we're doing a lot of stuff with NFTs, and that led to asking the question: would it be possible to copy what Gala did? So, and being a marketer, there's a rule in marketing called the rule of two. So there's always Coke, there's always Pepsi, there's always GM, there's always Ford, there's always Nike, there's always Adidas. So there's two companies at the top, and there's a distant third. So Coke, Pepsi, RC Cola. So it's sort of like that's how marketing works. It's just a rule of marketing. And there was only one Gala, and there was no competitor. So I thought there's an opportunity there. We could actually go after being the number 2 position. It's very hard to overturn the what they call the category leader, but we thought there's a chance for number 2. As it's turned out, we might be able to overturn that leadership this bull run. We'll see how we go, but it's not really our goal. Our goal's always been number 2, and it's a fine position to be in. Being Pepsi is not a bad thing, you know.
Right.
So,
yeah. If you end up with $1 trillion market, then being number 2 is not a bad spot to be in.
Yeah.
I don't know if you want to talk about at all about it, but I know Gala Games having a lot of troubles right now. I know one of their founders filing a lawsuit against another founder. I don't know what's your take on all that. Are you just kind of staying out of it and just watching from the sideline, or do you have any take on that?
It's none of my business. Like, you know, I mean, that's the truth of it. I mean, obviously it's all over our chat, and we have an off-topic channel in our Discord perfectly for that sort of stuff. We just say, take that out of general chat. It's not anything to do with Playable. So you're welcome to, we've got a lot of Gala people in our Discord. My personal take, obviously both founders have sued each other. So one sued first and the other one's responded with a suit of his own. All I'd say is when money's involved, things get very heated.
Amen.
And you, like, you know, a lot of people say money's the root of all evil. I don't believe that at all, but I think money definitely motivates evil pretty quickly. And even with what we do on our side, we deal with people every day where we're paying for people, and you know, and when they realize that we have access to funds, they change. Like there's changes come across people when they realize you've got access to funds. So it's not unusual for like companies to get into this sort of problem, and hopefully Gala will be able to get out of it and not damage their reputation too much, and hopefully they'll go on being the number 1 position and cut up the market. Because I mean, I've always said that we've only got to where we've got because of Gala. Like they're the trailblazer. They're the one that was with the machete out, cutting through the vines and the stingers and the scaring off the snakes, and we're just trucking along down the trail they made. You know, it's been a pretty easy run for us, really. So, our position is we wish them the best of luck. We hope they work it out. We definitely don't want their people to lose any money. I actually own a lot of Gala personally. I've actually got a very large investment just in coin. The boys have a node. They've got a lot of coin saved from their node, waiting for the next bull run. I'd be very surprised if Gala doesn't hit $1 this time around. So if not $2. So I think it's going to be a pretty interesting bull run. So look, our best wishes is get it worked out. Keep your fights out of public would be my advice. Like, you know, everyone has disagreements. We're a family business. We have disagreements in the family, you know, so it's, but you know, our rule is you don't have that publicly. If young Bull and I are having a fight about something, it's done in the privacy of our own home, and we have a fight about it, and then it's hugs and kisses and make up and father, son, all right, we're in this together. We're all rowing the same boat.
Yep, united front when you go to the public. No, I totally agree. So yeah, and we do wish them the best. Because like, rising tides raise all the ships. So Gala's success is going to probably be part of Playable's success, and it's a big enough market where it's not a cutthroat competitive.
Man, there's room for 10 more like us. bring it on. Like, people talk about Myria and stuff, and oh gosh, are you worried that Myria's no? Like what? How much money do you need? Like it's so like if we all got $20 trillion market cap each, there's still 200 trillion left in today's current gaming market, let alone what's happening when 2 billion people join games next year. So like, the bull run's going to bring in all the African nations and the lower part of Asia. So there's apparently 2 trillion gamers coming to the gaming market next year through crypto. Crypto's bringing those people because they're coming to try and earn money in it. So, and Gala just touched the edge of that at the end of last bull run, where I think they had a great story of a young 14-year-old out of the Philippines was earning, I think he was earning over $100 a month in Townstar, and his parents, sorry, I think he was earning $200 or $300 a month, and his parents were earning $200 together. So the father and the mother were both earning $100 each per month. And he was earning more than they were, and he was gaming. So that's the dream of what we're trying to do. Like that's to imitate that. So yeah, more power to Gala, go for it. That's what we feel. So.
Yep. Nope. Absolutely. Love your attitude in that. Can you tell us a little bit about the different games and kind of how it's been going, what the process is? I know Nexus is out now, but do you want to kind of just talk through the games that are out now and what's in the pipeline a little bit?
Yep. We've got the other games switched off at the moment, just purely because this is a brand new website. And with the Nexus launch, we couldn't get the whole website fully. It's actually all done. But as you can see, it's every other page is like this as well, but they're just not quite up to date. So we're just getting it finished. Nexus is a 5 versus 5 third-person MOBA shooter. So it's a cross between like Valorant and League of Legends. So it's got a proper shooting, proper guns. You're in a 3D world. You're running around, and that's our skins. We've gone and got a couple of just phenomenal skin makers on the team, and they're expensive to say the least to make. I had no idea skins could cost so much money to make. Anyway, but they do. So this is just a MOBA. It's a tournament game, and we're going to, in the next bull run, when we capitalize, we're going to put up a very large prize pool to make a professional league. So it'll be as like similar sort of ideas of what League of Legends does. So that's our Coin Wars. We're building out a Coin Wars game. So a special part of it where if you have 100 ape coin, you get to use that skin in the game. So it just reads your wallet. You just have the 100 ape coin in your wallet. And if you've got 100 million Pepe, or if you've got a 12 million SHIB or 1,500 Doge, those skins load in the game for you. They become available. So you don't actually buy them. So our goal here is to allow other companies to have a hodl. We're actually encouraging people to hodl their coin in exchange for playing crypto games. So so we don't make any money out of that. That's just like a community service we're doing for the crypto world. But it's bloody great running around. Yeah. You see Pepe thundering past, blowing people's heads off.
Oh yeah, no, that's crazy. Are you open to other? I mean, is that pretty expensive? Because I mean, that's something I have connections, with hundreds of different crypto projects, and I'm sure they all would love to have a skin in this game. Are you open to things like that?
Yeah, so we've got an actual program, so you can approach us. We've got a guy that looks after it. We've got a guy called Old Man Smithers, and he's actually looking after this for us. And he's talking to I won't name the companies, but there's several others that he's talking to, and they've got to pay for the skin. The skins are expensive. They've got to pay to have it done, and but it gives their coin utility, and it obviously helps people hodl. So it's got a real nice utility for them.
Yeah,
so,
and it's just cool.
But it represents them on the field, and what we want to see is Bored Ape Yacht Club say, hey, we want to fund our own team. So who wants to be on this team? If you have qualifiers and they choose their team, and then they might fund it and pay those guys the money to actually compete. Sort of like, and so it's actually Bored Ape Yacht Club versus Doge. So that would be really cool. We'd love to see that. That's what
Yeah.
Coin Wars is. That's what we're aiming for.
Okay, so you can connect your wallet and get these extra characters, but it is totally, if you don't know crypto, you can play this game just like a normal game, right? And just ignore that part of it.
Yeah, if you just go to the top, scroll up, the first two. Actually, not the first two. Go down a bit. Actually, they're not even there. Okay, there's 2 free skins that are just like a warrior. They look like the Nexus Vanguard there at the very top. They look a bit like him. The very top one, Nexus Vanguard. So there's 2 skins that are similar to this, and they're free to play with. When you load into the game, you can choose one of those 2, and you have nothing locked to you. All the same weapons, all the same abilities. It's a tournament game, so there's no need to have any wallet connected, any crypto loaded, nothing. So, but we didn't build this for traditional gamers. We actually built this for crypto people. But
Okay.
we have kept in mind that being successful in the traditional gaming market wouldn't be a bad thing either. And since Epic Games has kindly supported us, we've built it so it can be on the Epic Store, and there's no need to connect a wallet. So you can just download it off the Epic Store, and you just log in just exactly like you would any other game.
Okay, very cool. And if people want to play, Epic Games is where they get it from, correct?
Just go to Epic Games and just type in Nexus in search in the library, and it'll come up. And it's free to play.
Okay, and so everyone watching, you can play this now. Okay, it's PC. Unfortunately, I have a Mac, but I'll have to dual boot. But that's fine. That's fine. That is how most good games are. So I totally get it. Do you want to tell us about the status of the other games, or what's next, kind of on the agenda and roadmap?
Next is probably Ordinum. Pardon me. Sorry, Ordinum is a.
We lost your audio for a second. I think you might have hit mute.
Sorry, I did hit mute.
No, you're good. You're good.
Ordinum is a battle card game like Magic the Gathering.
Oh, okay.
And it's pretty much at the testing stage now. We're just going into the first part. Like we had a build given to us the other day, and so we're about to go into some testing. We expect it to be out within about 3 months into an alpha, and then by the end of the year a beta. So that'll be that's almost ready. The artwork is astounding. Like, it's just beautiful done. My son Sam's been involved in that, and he's a Magic the Gathering fan, so that's been the game he wanted to build. So he's been sort of like helping he's actually learning to be a developer. He's finished his diploma, or nearly finished his diploma. But his goal is to be a developer, but he's been sort of like working alongside the dev team to advise them on what he wants. So if that makes sense, we sort of call that game architect, is the official title we use in Playable for that. So Ordinum's next. We've got Starvin' Martian is finished. It's at alpha version at the moment. We're just waiting. We're making a couple of small changes to it before we actually release it. So there's no rush. We're giving Nexus a little bit of headroom right now because it's done so well. We don't want to just start launching another game then another game. We want to just slow it down a bit. We've promised 3 games this year. There'll be 3 games this year, but we're just going to space them out so there's a bit of room in between each one. And then next year, we're looking at Dogs of War, which is my personal game that I'm working on. That's a survival Daisy type zombie versus human survival game with a PvP element. And we're building a 400 kilometer square map, which is big. And Daisy's 200 square kilometers. So it's double the size of Daisy. And the basic storyline there is that there was like whatever COVID it was, some sort of COVID 715 or whatever. And it was very, very dangerous. And some mad scientists had been put in jail for doing tests with dog DNA in humans to try and block it because dogs were immune to it. And when the when the epidemic hit solidly, rich people busted him out of jail and put him in a lab to finish his work, and he changes everyone into doggos. So they actually become half dog, half human, and they're immune. But all the zombies in the world were human that didn't make it. So yeah, so it's doggos versus these zombies. It's going to be a lot of fun. The doggos are funny because there's Alsatians and bulldogs and chihuahuas and big fluffy poodles, and so it's just given us this massive license to build just a really fun looking game. And like you see a big poodle zooming by in a car, it's funny. Like there's actually this sort of like light-hearted humor underneath this serious survival game. So,
I mean, that
yeah.
sounds pretty much like real life. So, I mean, I look forward to playing that. So that sounds like a lot of fun. Can you talk a little bit? I know what my audience is one thing they're gonna be very interested in is what type of play to earn opportunities are there with Nexus and maybe with the Ordium game? Is that the right name? Did I say it right? Ordinum. Yeah. Do you want to talk about the play to earn opportunities that you might have or that you might offer in the future?
All of our games are going to have tournament sides to them. So if you're good at so there's a couple of things we're not trying to do. So we're not trying to be like Axie Infinity or Crypto Kitties, where we're selling this, you can earn a job living out of playing games. Getting in an economy where you could do that, it didn't work in the Second Life. It doesn't work in World of Warcraft. It like building an actual economy in a game is extraordinarily hard. So our ultimate goal at this point is to get an East-West economy going. And that will be where someone in a third world country can grind and do the hard hours and hours of work to build armor and collect the pieces and build the blacksmithing shop and whatever else you have to do to get all the pieces together. And it's literally 100 hours to build that chest piece. And a Westerner who doesn't have time to do that, but has a job, will come home and pay $50 for it. So to avoid the grind, getting that East-West economy, I can see in my head that's feasible. We haven't done it yet, so I can't tell you it's absolutely possible. But I think from all the maths we've done on it and stuff and looking at it, we think we can get that balance right. So now to get a game where a Westerner can earn a full-time living, that's much harder. So because you've got to have people to buy things, and you really are building a proper economy. And who knows whether that's going to be possible? It probably will be over the next few years, but right now that's not really our goal. There is a level under that though, which is if you're a proper gamer and you've got real skill, you should be able to monetize that. So, and what got me into all this was I had a friend, I was playing Daisy, and I had a guild and I ran a guild in Daisy, and we built, I was the base builder and everyone else went out and shot people. But I'm not a very good shooter. But he was I think he was 19, and he was talking about Rainbow Six. And I said, "Oh, how good are you?" And he goes, "Oh, I'm pretty good." I go, "What do you mean pretty good?" And he goes, "I'm not quite professional, I'm the level under professional." I said, "Well, what does that mean?" And he says, "Oh, well, if I play 10 games, I win 6 or 7 every time." I'm like, are you joshing me, or are you being dead set? Like, is that an actual 6 or 7, or is it like 3 and sometimes 6? He goes, no, it's 6 or 7 out of 10 every time. And I thought, well, if we were able to put someone like that, should be able to back himself. So that's the first money-making thing we're going to do with Nexus. Is we've got our lawyers have had a look at it, and it's called buying a ticket. You buy a ticket to play, and it's a ticketed game. Everyone buys a $1 ticket. There's now $10 in the pot, and the winning team gets the $10. So it costs you $1 to play, and if you lose your $1, and if you win, you make $2. So it's so if you're a good player and you actually win more times than you lose, you'll slowly start getting ahead. And we're going to have $5 games and $10 games and $50 games and $100 games. and there will be competitions where there might be, large games that we don't know. We're also going to look at the downside of that, which is some people can't help themselves and they keep backing themselves when they shouldn't be. So there will be mechanisms in place to cut people off. So we will be a responsible game owner. It's not our goal to have anyone lose money on this. It's about fun, and the dollar game stuff. It just adds a little bit of intense side to it. Makes it that you try. You are paying attention. So that's coming for Nexus. There's also things we're going to put into Nexus where if you win 3 games in a day, there'll be a chest at the back of the login area at the end of the game, and it'll open for you. And in that chest it'll be a random roll opportunity. You might win something in that chest, and that could be $1,000 skin or a $200 skin or whatever. So there'll be that chance to earn as well. But these aren't make a living type things. So if you are literally the top gamer in America, that guy would be able to make a living in Nexus.
Okay.
So, but not everyone.
Okay. So just me, nobody else. It'll just be me.
You'll be fine. You'll be able to rock it. But like my son Young Bull, he'd be able to actually be well ahead at the end of the week. Let's put it that way. Gotcha. He wins a lot more than he loses. Me, I'd be donating to charity on a regular basis.
So. Yeah. Well, no, I've heard that your reaction slows as you get older. So 25 is like the peak. And then, I'm 36 now and it's going downhill for me. So yeah, I might not be the, but let's talk a little bit about the token. We got your friend Andy here. So good to see you. Your friend Andy, good to see you. Hope you're doing okay, not burning up too much in Austin. But tell us how people can make money. So we talked about the play and earn, how that's going to work. Tell us a little bit about the coin.
Okay, well, we've got, obviously, our bull coin comes out of our nodes. We've got a node sale starting, was supposed to start at about now 2 hours ago, 3 hours ago. But we've got a contract issue. We're trying to work out what the contract issue is. And I've just got a message now. We're ready to go live when you are. That's a good message. Okay, if I can just quickly answer that. Okay, do it.
Look at this live
on the James Pelton show. You can make it. So the nodes provide coins each day. At the moment, they provide 1,560 odd coins, I think, per day. Actually, it's actually up there on the thing, 1,559 coins per day. And that slowly goes down as we sell more and more nodes. So we've got a half price sale on right now. So they're normally 4,400. We've got 900 nodes available at 2,000. Well, they're actually going to go up slightly as every 100 it goes up by $100, but they're half price. So every 100 at the moment will go up by $50. We're selling 900 of them at half price. And this is just to get some extra war chest money to advertise Nexus. And we want to also put a bit of money aside. We need a couple of very specific developers for one of the other games. So, and they're not cheap. And we've done all our budgets. We've got enough money to get through to the well into the bull market, but we're just like being extra safe. And I like being safe when it comes to this sort of stuff. So this is a once-off, and it was my wife's idea. She's the CMO, and she said, let's do something as a celebration to Nexus, because we've done something that most companies never do. Most crypto companies promise they're going to make a game, and we've actually done it, and it's a really big thing. So, we're excited. So you buy a node, the node produces your coin each day. There's a bunch of other things that the node does as well. We've got a special node competition, so node owners have a special lottery, and every week every node owner gets a ticket into this lottery, and there's $1 million bull to be won in that lottery. So that's just for the node owners. There's a bunch of stuff coming. Old Man Smithers has come across from Gala, and he's helped us really refine what the nodes offer over and above just coin. So we're really working on several things there to make it a very special thing, prestigious and also great rewards. But yeah, that's the basic nodes.
Okay.
And the
So that's
tokens,
nodes.
we're on our own chain now. We've gone and actually built our own chain. So the bull chain is our own chain. It's built on an Avalanche subnet. And we chose Avalanche because they've got this beautiful system where they do all the security and they do the architecture, and we can run it as our own chain, but they're looking after the security. So that's really important to me, to take the responsibility of making sure everyone's safe is just such a huge responsibility. And we didn't feel that making a whole new chain was necessary. So it is our own chain. It's the bull chain, but it is built on Avalanche subnet. So
okay,
yeah,
very good. Yeah, Avalanche has great technology for doing that, where you can just basically, it's your own chain, but it's built on the AVAX security and their technology, and so it's really cool. Avalanche has some of the best technology, in my opinion, blockchain technology.
Oh, they're nailing it. Yeah, and their speed, and Ava Labs, the company behind Avalanche, they're the ones that help you and everything, and just magical. Really good to work with. Huge shout out to them, because when things go wrong, there's people there you can call, and our devs can get on the phone to them and say, hey, this thing's happened today. So you find something that's not quite right, and there's people there that actually know what they're talking about and can fix it. So that's really good.
Absolutely. So for the bull token, so you're getting, if you have a node, you're receiving some bull token. What is the bull token going to be used for? Is it going to be used in game for anything, or what's kind of the bull token going to be used for?
So most gaming companies have been making a token for every game. So, and when we looked at that, we felt that was an incredibly hard thing to achieve a fair outcome with, because there's 830 odd games made a week that are released a week on Steam. All right. So just on the Steam platform, there's 830 games released a week. Most of those games go broke. So now we're obviously at a different level. We've built a $2 million game. So Nexus is not going to go broke, but we're not like a little baby indie developer, but we're not a huge studio either. So we sort of felt, why ask someone to back Nexus as being, we've got it right, we've made the best game ever, and it's going to go ahead and make a lot of money? Why not use the one token in every game we do? We're doing 30 games. We've committed to do 3 games a year over the next 10 years. So it's actually 11 years, because the first year was, you have to start somewhere. So you lose the first year just starting. But it's over 11 years, we'll build 30 games. And out of those 30 games, we expect to have 2 or 3 or maybe even 4 winners. So, and Nexus might be a winner. That'd be great. We've had 20,000 downloads in the last 2 days. So we're pretty happy. It's certainly looking like it's going to be good. But who knows which games are going to be successful, which aren't. So why penalize people for that? The bull token actually allows everyone to basically be behind each game, and whichever ones rise to the top, you win. That's the strategy.
Okay. All right. Very good. And if people want to buy the bull token, what's the best way to do that?
LBank, Bitmart, and MEXC at the moment are the 3 centralized exchanges. And obviously you can use AVAX on Avalanche, go to Trader Joe and buy it there. It'll be called WBull, so W3ULL on Avalanche, because it's wrapped. It's actually our bull token on the Avalanche network. So, so you can just buy it straight there. And yeah, that's easy. That's the easiest way, quickest way to get it. Centralized exchange, obviously, you're buying the actual bull token. It even confuses me, but they're exactly the same token. So, yeah, one's representative of the other.
Okay, very good. And then I know somebody asked me if they have some of the old, because I know you guys transition tokens. Is there anything they can do with those old tokens, or is the time for that past?
They're defunct. So no one lost any tokens. So if you've got old tokens, all you have to do is add the bull chain to your MetaMask, and the new tokens will show up. They're already in your MetaMask. They've been sent there. So we use a smart contract. Everyone who had old tokens, they will have the new token in there, wherever it was. So wherever your old tokens were, that's where your new tokens will be. So we literally just use the smart contracts to do it all automatically. So, and to date, I've heard of no one having any problems. The only people who've had problems are people that actually lost their old tokens.
Right. Yep. Okay. Very good. Very good. No, I think that audience, as we're kind of wrapping up here, let me know, audience, if you guys have any specific questions that you'd like to talk about. I'm a marketing guy, as you are as well. So I like really strong calls to action. So what would you like for people in the audience? What's kind of your call to action? What would you like them to do?
Well, I mean, right now it's the once off opportunity to get a note at half price. So that's, you can get a note at half price. There's only 900 of them. There's 100 for the 900 that we're selling. There's 100 we're going to put aside as rewards, and they will be randomly raffled to the 900 that buy. So it's a special thank you for the Nexus launch. And then once that's done, we've made a commitment to the whole community that we're never ever going to do a sale again. We're going to ride the bull market through, and we expect to follow what Gala did, which is just sell out of all nodes in the bull run. So we are right now exactly where Gala was at the end of 2019. Or 2020. Yeah, no, end of 2019. So we're exactly where Gala was then. So we're coming into the bull run. All of 2020 is going to be up. So if you look at Gala's trajectory, we should pretty much follow that this time around. I would expect. Not financial advice, do your own research. I'm not a financial advisor.
Yes, nor am I, but yeah, always appreciate that disclaimer. So few calls to action. First up, yeah, looking to sell out the nodes. If you don't have money, you can hit the like button, is helpful. Hop into the playable Discord. That's also something that's helpful. Builds the community.
Play Nexus for free.
Go play Nexus for free. I'm leaving a link to the Epic Games website direct where you can just go there. Again, it's free to play. And they have some cool features, like, again, if you're a Shiba holder, you can connect your wallet and you can get some skins for and we'll talk more about that, because I think there's a lot of crypto communities that would love to get a skin in there. So we'll talk more about that kind of off air. But hop into Discord, follow on Twitter. Also, financially, if you want to get involved, these 3 ways here. I love this. This is great marketing right here. But get a node. You can just buy the token. So again, if you think, oh, this is going the direction that Gala Games went, then, it might be something that you can, consider just buying the token and holding on to it. Again, the node is a way for you to kind of get more tokens automatically. It's kind of a way to automatically dollar cost average in. So that's kind of cool. But then, yeah, other than that, start playing Nexus and, keep your eyes open for tournaments, things like that. Get good at the game. And maybe, that's something that you can, Axie Infinity, for example, that's kind of one of the original gaming examples that we use. But there were people making a lot of money just grinding Axie Infinity. And so, who knows where this market's going to go.
Well, we've got a competition running this week. It's about halfway through. Most kills, most wins, and best in-game clips. And there's $5,000 for each prize. So
there you go.
We've got 3, 5. So there's actually a 2,500, a 1,000, and 3 500 prizes in each of those sections. So yeah, you can earn some money now, right now. Get in there and play. So.
Very good. Very good. Well, hey, we'll go ahead and wrap it there. Audience, always love you guys. Appreciate you guys showing up. Again, I can only do AMAs and videos and things because you guys watch. If you didn't watch, what would I be making videos for? So appreciate you guys very much. And Old Bull, appreciate you coming on, giving us an update. We'll have to do these updates more often just to keep people's eyes on us. I am going to dual boot my Mac. It's on my to-do list because I would like to play the game. So I'll dual boot, get that set up, and play a little bit. Maybe if I'm any good, maybe I'll do some screen captures or something, show my audience me playing. If I can get some cool kills or something like that, we'll kind of see. But appreciate you coming on, giving us an update.
My pleasure. Thank you so much.
Yep. Everyone, hope you have a great rest of the day, and we will talk to you later. Take care.